Hello, today we're going to talk about slope. Alright, slope in a linear function is incredibly important to know because you need to be able to read it off a graph and find it from random points that you're given. But it's very, very important that you learn it. I'm going to show you both ways. I'm going to show you how to find the slope off a graph, and I'm going to show you using a formula. So off a graph, you have what is called rise over run. Rise over run is your vertical and your horizontal changes between 2 points. It's basically telling directions on how to get somewhere. So if little Sally lives in this house here, she wants to know how to get to little Susie's house over here. You can only give her 2 directions by blocks. So say I'm gonna go down 2 blocks south, and then 5 blocks east. All right, that's your rise over your run. So my vertical up and down would be 2, and my east and west, or my horizontal, is 5. So my slope here, this right here, is 2/5. If I want to go the other way, if I want to say, all right, here I go 5 blocks. Wait, let's go the other way. Say from Susie's house. So I'm going 2 blocks north, and then 5 blocks west. It's still 2/5, no matter what. It doesn't matter which point you start from. You just have to know vertical and horizontal, or you could say north, south, and east and west. It's basically like giving directions on a coordinate plane. All right, so we're gonna do 3 examples on this one. So we're gonna start with this blue line. So now there's really 4 types of lines here. All right, this line is negative. This line is positive. Think of it as your grades. You start low, then you go high, it's a good thing, so it's positive. You start high and you go low, that's negative, that's a bad thing. This one is called undefined because it is not actually a function. And this one is no slope or 0 slope. So for this blue line right here, we are going to do the rise over run. It doesn't matter which direction we go, but I'm gonna start from here. I'm gonna go count up. It's right. I need to move that point a little bit, right there. So it's on the 3. So I count up 1, 2. So I rose up 2. Now I need to get over. Up 2. I only have to move over 1. So my answer is 2. Now to put the negative or positive on it, you just look at how the line looks. So this one is a positive shaped line, so I can put the addition, but you don't put the addition sign. There. All right. So now let's do this one right here. I know it's a very crooked line, sorry. But it'll do for right now. All we're doing is just trying to find between the 2 points. So I'm gonna go from here down there. So I'm right here, and I go over 1, over 2. So 2. Rise over run. I ran over 2 spots on my coordinate plane. Now I'm gonna go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 right there. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 and 4, 8. All right, so now I got 4. I got 8 over 2. But if I look at the shape of my line, it's actually in the negative shape. So this is actually -4 is my slope. Always look at the shape of the slope. More people miss that than anything else. Now this last one, I know it's getting to be a bunch on here. This whenever you see a line like this, the slope is always 0. And that is basically how you find it from a graph. Alright, here's what is the slope formula. It looks difficult, but it's really not. If you do it the way I show you, you'll be alright. So if I have the point 4, 1 and 5, 4. Alright, so I'm going to label one of these 1 and the other one 2. It doesn't matter. I can call that 1, I can call that 2. Does not matter whatsoever. Then I say that's my x and that's my y point, x and y. My x is always the first point, my y is always the second point. So now since I labeled them 1 and 2, this is 2, so I put a little subscript 2 on that and a little subscript 1 on that. Now I just plug everything into the formula where it's supposed to be. So my y2 is 4, my y1 is 1, my x2 is 5, and my x1 is 4. 3 over 1, so the answer is 3. That is my slope for these particular points. It's all about labeling it correctly and plugging it in. Alright, another example. I'm going to label this one 1 this time and this one 2. It really doesn't matter. xy, xy. This is my 2's, so I give it a little subscript 2, give that a little subscript 1. Now I plug everything in. So my y2 is 5, my y1 is -2, my x2 is -2, and my x1 is -4. So you might be asking me, why do you have parentheses around the negatives? Well, when you plug these in, you have a negative and a negative then. When you have a negative times a negative, what do you end up with? A positive. So when you put a negative back here for your y1 or your x1, it becomes positive. Same thing with the bottom. So that's 7 over 2. So 7/2, or our rise over run would be 7/2 for this slope. So now I have, let's say I need to find the slope of a line passing through these 2 points. Alright, it's just like asking for the slope. So I'm going to call this one 1, 2, xy, xy. Give my little subscripts with it, and then just plug everything in. 9 minus 4, 4 minus a -1. So this gives me 9 minus 4 over, since that's a negative number, I'm putting it in the back, it becomes positive. 5 over 5, and I get 1 is my answer. Alright, this has been slope. If this doesn't help, I have another video attached in the material or wherever you're looking on YouTube. I have other slope videos you can use if this wasn't good enough. I've broken into find it by graph, find it by formula, everything you need. So if you need extra help, there's other videos. Hope this helped and good luck.